up with your donuts and your wake-up call?
No.
Slacker.
He's slacking again. Randy, you're not wearing a tie in there today, are you?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Gosh,
We
feel
are
so
now.
so underdressed.
Well, you know, you guys are at your home office. I was in the office, so. Okay, they don't have it on live. They told me yet, so they're.
Yeah, we're up now.
All right, I show a minute still, so let's give it just a minute or two. Let people get on here.
Yeah, it's Chad is still working on getting it live.
You know what? Actually, I've got a.
I like Troy just blanked out on us there real quick. Run to the restroom.
Hey, Chad, am I able to? I don't know who's running the Zoom part. Am I able to share something? I had actually a little slide I was going to share, but it's not a huge deal if I can't. But
Yep, you should be able to share it now.
all right, let's see here.
Look at that.
Is that showing?
Yeah. Look at you.
All right. See, I didn't want to. I didn't want everybody to have to stare at our faces. So, so we'll just throw that up there.
Okay.
I'm sure everybody's had enough Zooms.
Yes.
All right. I know we're at 9. I was going to give it just a second. Give people time to jump on here.
Chad, are you live now?
We have been for a couple minutes.
Okay.
We're not waiting on anybody else in the Zoom part of this, are we? Is that,
Dr. Brown is just joining us now.
okay. She must be returning from her donut delivery that she didn't do. All right, is she in here? Looks like she's there.
I'm here.
What's up, Maria? How are you?
Good. Too many Zoom meetings. I can't find the right one.
Exactly.
We may want to give it another minute or two just to let everybody kind of be able to pull it up.
Okay.
Right now we have about 70 people watching, so.
We'll go here at 9:03 here in a couple seconds. Okay, I'm showing 9:03. Let's go ahead and get rolling here because I know everybody's busy today. So for those of you who don't know me, this is Matt McIntyre. I'm chairing the board this year. Dr. Poe and the board wanted to just bring you together really quickly this morning on your closing day to say a big thank you and a job well done and congratulations for getting through this year. And we felt it was appropriate to do it via Zoom because we know that none of us have had enough Zoom calls this year, right? So, so apologies that it has to be this way, but certainly given where we are and what's going on in the world today, but also the easiest way to get in front of everybody, we're doing it this way. So we'll try to make it quick and brief. On the screen, you see a word cloud on the left. That's a word cloud for inspiring educator. And then a few quotes on the right, just good quotes with respect to teachers. And I want to point out, certainly we view everyone in the district as a teacher, right? So throughout Boone County Schools, we're all teachers. We appreciate as a board, I know Dr. Poe appreciates everyone coming to work every day on behalf of the students of Boone County, each and every day. You don't just answer the call. You go well above and beyond, and we appreciate that. Certainly the teachers in the classroom have a huge impact, but I always find, some of the conversations around the classroom, around the building that my kids come home and share, just the relationships that they develop with others in the school, the conversations they have, the things they learn from whether it's the front office staff, the cafeteria teams, the custodial staff, bus drivers, SROs, coaches, whatever it might be. And that's just to name a few. I know I've missed some folks, the folks behind the scenes running finance and IT and a whole host of other people that make, Boone County Schools what they are, also allows us as a team, a combined team, do what we do each day, and specifically what you all do each day for schools and for the students. One of the biggest things, and what I touched on there just a second ago, is the relationships. And a couple of quotes kind of speak to this. The content's important, and the methods, they're important, but it's really the relationships and the impact that we have on these kids that's going to carry them into their lives in a big way. And through this process of NTI and COVID and all this crazy stuff that 60, 75 days ago wasn't really on our radar, that's probably been the biggest thing that's been lost, is the relationships that each of you have with the students in your building. And this kind of loss of this in-person interaction, I know has been really difficult. There's been a lot of, I'm sure, restless and sleepless nights worrying about the students. And so we just wanted to say thank you for a job well done, for leading well through NTI, for finishing strong. And we want to wish you, a great summer. Hopefully it's a restful summer. Hopefully it's a summer you can reflect on what went well. And, when we show up in the fall, hopefully we're back in the buildings. But if we're not, and even if we are in the buildings, our hope and our challenge to you guys would be that, what you learn through NTI, even if you're in the classroom with the kids, that you can leverage that and use that so that next year and the years to come are even better for Boone County Schools and for our students especially. So with that, I just want to say thank you again, and I'll turn it over to Dr. Poe if you want to say a couple words, and then if any of the board members want to say a few things as well.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. McIntyre. To everyone out there, I just want to say, wow. 8 weeks ago, we transitioned overnight into NTI. Most large districts and others didn't think that it was possible, and they were afraid and they waited. But we all jumped in, and you've done an excellent, fantastic job. You delivered. Team Boone County is great. Teaching remotely was not what we wanted to do, but you excelled at it. And also to the others, the cafeteria workers, and to the bus drivers and providing the meals, and also to our school nurses and those that's providing, information, health information to our families. So I do want to express my gratitude to each of you for an awesome job that you've done. As Mr. McIntyre just said, I hope that you take this time over the summer to reflect on where we were before the COVID-19. What did change? And going forward, what matters the most in our teaching and the services that we provide to children? As we continue to survey you and work with you over the summer and in the fall, your voice, we need your voice. We need to know the experiences that you went through so that we can make it better, because we may be doing some NTI days in the fall or in the spring. We don't know. We don't know what, the future lies there. So we do need to hear from you what is best and what we can leave behind. What matters the most in each individual classroom, as you know, as Mr. McIntyre has said, is the relationships. And I want to applaud you for those relationships, even though that you were teaching virtually and the bus drivers, of what you did in providing those meals when you went out there, the parades, the signs, the personal touches you even did from a virtual or from afar. I've heard from several parents, especially this last week, of the different things and how you've made a difference and how the children couldn't wait to see you when you were going around. So I just want to say, that we moved a few years ago from that what if to can if, and you surely displayed the can if. When a challenge is thrown at you collectively as a group, you rise to that challenge always, and you did once again this particular time. So I just want to say, today, will be marking the last time that I address you all as superintendent of Boone County Schools. That my ride is coming to a close, and my hand in the stream and doing and guiding the work, it will be lifted out in a few short weeks, capping off a great career of 37 years in Boone County. It seems like yesterday when I started student teaching, coaching career at Boone County High School, drove a bus as a substitute, coached soccer, tennis, before becoming an assistant principal over at Connor Middle School and principal at R.A. Jones, and then almost every job in the district office before being named superintendent. Over the years, I came to know thousands of you as individuals that I call family and friends. Because of you, I became successful, and nothing I have ever done over the years could have been possible without each of you. You're my family. Leaving is bittersweet because I will miss each of you. I will miss coming into the office or the school or getting on a school bus and seeing you. It will be different for sure. But to let you know, I'm not totally retiring. I'm rewiring a bit, and I'll be working on a regional basis through the Ed Council, and I'll be working with a lot of you, and I will be seeing a lot of you as we continue to celebrate the great work that's been done in Boone County and across the region at our celebrations. So I do look forward to seeing you, because I know you guys are great. You are some of the greatest teachers in Northern Kentucky, the state, and across the country. I truly believe that our district is very unique, and the culture that we have built over time is excellent, and you guys will continue to do that as we move forward. So to all the, as Mr. McIntyre was saying, so to all the teachers, paraeducators, office staff, cafeteria, psychologists, counselors, nurses, bus drivers, family resource centers, technicians, custodians, maintenance staff, and board members, past and present, I love you all. You made my career special. I'm forever grateful for the opportunity to work in Boone County. Boone County is a special place because of you. Excuse me. Let me leave you with that. What I always tell administrators at the end of the year at each leadership workshops, every day when you go out to, every day when you get out of your car and walk across that parking lot into the building and the door closes behind you, it is the Super Bowl. Feel the excitement, get pumped, and be that game changer that the student needs. The children are counting on you. Everyone that works in the school system is a game changer. You change lives every day. Going forward, the board chose an excellent candidate for you to move forward. I wish Mr. Turner all the success that you helped me in my career. He will continue the excellent culture and strategic work that has been accomplished by all of you. So please show him the love and respect moving forward as you have done me over my career. So in closing, thank you. We achieved excellence together. You are and will always be close to my heart. My life has been blessed by the time I served in Boone County, because as you have demonstrated, even through NTI, what a remarkable staff that we have in Boone County. So thank you all.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Poe. Nice job there. So let's transition. We have a second reason for our meeting today, and a bit of a surprise to Dr. Poe. We have his family joining us today. Dr. Poe, I don't know if you saw them jumping into the Zoom while you were talking there. His wife, Melinda, is on. His daughter, Jessica, his daughter, Alicia, as well as her husband, Graham, and little guy, Colin, is on. His grandson, Dr. Poe's grandson, Catherine, and her husband, Ryan, are on. And Dr. Poe's son, Nicholas, had to work today. They're putting him to work here this summer, and he did not join us. So I want to say thanks to the family for jumping on here. Dr. Poe, originally we planned to get together at the office on your final closing day here in Boone County. As you just mentioned, 37 really good years in Boone County in a variety of roles for the last 12 years as superintendent. And we wanted to just simply say, job well done. We appreciate everything you've done for Boone County Schools, for the community. People like you are why Boone County Schools are great. It's why our community is great. You have dedicated your life to the kids in Boone County and to doing the best you can every day to lead our district, and really appreciate that. So, while we're saying job well done as an educator and a superintendent, I'll just jump in for the family and say also job well done as a husband, a father, a friend, a mentor, and now as a grandpa to Colin. So we thank you. We wish you all the best. We know you're not totally leaving us. You'll be partnering with us here going forward. But we wanted to just publicly say a big thanks and let the family be a part of it as well. So with that, I'll turn it over to any of the board members that want to say a couple of words.
Who wants to go first? Karen, do you want to go first? Or do you want me to?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I guess it's crazy, Randy. I think back, it's been a long, crazy journey. I remember the first time my son came home, Christian, in about the second grade, to tell me that he got clipped up to Dr. Pye, and I couldn't figure out who Dr. Pye was. And the next time I was at Long Branch Elementary, I looked and there was your face. And that was the goal for all those kiddos, to get clipped up to Dr. Pye. So thank you for all you've taught me. I can't believe all the stuff I've learned. I used to have to sit down and break down your conversations for the next week and look everything you set up for a long time. So thank you. I look forward to you having hopefully a little more time for yourself, for your family. And as my parents say, grandkids are so much better than kids. So I enjoyed that. So, I think you're surrounded by rock stars, but there's a reason that they're all rock stars. So definitely give yourself. You're not going away that far and you'll never escape us, but I appreciate all the stuff you've taught me and all the things that you've done, and no one will ever really know all the things you've overcome and all the challenges you faced. But we know that there's a lot out there. So thank you so much for everything you've done, not just for my kids, but for 21,000 kids and thousands of teachers and staff. And it's crazy. You're definitely a ripple that's touched many, many, many people. So
thank you. Thank you, Dr. Brown.
I guess I'll go ahead and go next. So I remember probably one of the first times we met, and you've told this story because you got me back with this one, was over at Culver's. And we were both pulling our coupons out of our pockets to try to save some money. And so that year for Christmas, you received a Culver's calendar with coupons on it. What you didn't know was probably a few weeks later, I was driving through the McDonald's drive-thru down in Richwood, looked through the drive-thru window, saw you standing at the counter with your phone looking up your deals for McDonald's on the app. And I knew at that point we had some connections. And so just kind of a little bit in jest. Chad, can I share a screen real quick? You have been officially accepted into the Boone County Couponers Club. Co-founder of. But on a sincere side, I don't know where I would be today without your support and encouragement as a parent leader in our district, and all the parents and community members who you have encouraged to get involved in our schools, to make our schools better and better. Your vision has been so inspiring. I like with Maria, after our conversations, I go home and just, ponder what the knowledge that has been dumped out. Like, many times I wish I could just take a computer network cable and just plug into that brain because of all the knowledge that is in it. So I just sincerely want to thank you for all the encouragement you've given to me, to all the other parent leaders in the school district, to the student voice who you've been raising up in our district. Thank you to your family. You guys have given up so much. It's kind of a blast for me to see you all, because I have seen you grow up in church every week, and to see the amazing adults that you have grown into and building into children also. So just thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I'm choked up. Thank you.
Dr. Poe, good morning to you, sir. I'll go here before Karen. I just want to say that it's been an exciting journey for me, just these short 1.5 to 2 years of having the opportunity to get to know you, not only as a person, but again, as a professional. When Representative Massey had come to me prior to his departure from the school board, one of the things I was intrigued with, because I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of government officials across not only the state, but as well as the country, I was intrigued to work with you and to be part of something and a culture that you've actually put together. And all I can say from what you've already heard, from the direction and vision that you've provided this district, for well over a decade plus, not only as superintendent, but also for what you've served for 37 years. Thank you. As a product of someone that's gone through the Boone County school system, we wouldn't be where we were today if it wasn't for someone like you. And I just thank you for all the services that you've done. I know it's been hard based upon the dedication that you've had to put forth, especially away from family. What a lot of people don't realize is that you have to have it turned on all the time, not just at any time, but all the time. And that takes a lot away from your family and time. So thank you for what you've done for this, not only community, but pretty much for education as a whole. And, we're very proud for what you've offered here for many, many years. So thank you very much, Dr. Poe.
Thank you.
Randy, I'd just like to say you and I would go way back. And I'll never forget the first time we met. You were principal at R.A. Jones, and my oldest was a very scared incoming 6th grader, and I hadn't been on the board long. And coming into a new school, and after having so many great years at Collins, I did not know you and wanted to meet you. Had some good friends in that building at the time who were teachers, who were 6th grade teachers. And I came in mainly to get to know you and the school, and to see what your vision was and where middle school was going to take my child. And I think you were nervous because you were sure you had it in your head that I was coming in because I was upset with who my child's teacher was. And in all my years as a board member, I've never been upset with who my child's teacher was, because all Boone County teachers are amazing, and I've been blessed with both my children with all that they've had. And so we come in, we introduce ourselves, and you start talking, and you know how hard that is for Randy to talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. And you were going on and on and on about my son's placement. And I'm sitting there thinking, what is going on with this? I want to talk about curriculum. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about vision. I want to get my feet set. I want to do all this. And why is he talking about? And then it dawned on me, he thinks I'm here because I'm upset, or I have a concern or a complaint. And, and then I realized the pressure of having a board member's child in your school has to be pretty intense. And when I finally figured it out, I thought, okay, let's just nip this in the bud. And I said, hey, look, I'm not here because I'm upset with who my, what child, who's teaching my child. I want to know who you are. I want to know how you look at things, what your dreams are, what your vision is. And then we went on another talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. And it was one of the most illuminating conversations once we were on point that I guess that I've ever had. And it showed me what I could be as a board member and what this district could be, for all of the thousands of students that have come through our school system since I've been on the board, and for all of the amazing staff across the district at all levels. And because you showed me then that in a way our minds are kind of alike. We react in the now because we have to. We're also thinking, where are we going to be next year? And what about 2 years from now? And what's this going to look like 5 years from now? And what do we have to do to prepare for that? And that came out, that and the fact that no one had your dedication, no one had the fire and the passion that you had for kids, and no one was more willing to roll up their sleeves and go to work any harder than you were. And that was confirmed by your staff at the time, who, and by the way, you were right. He had an amazing 6th grade year, which is such a difficult year, mainly because of where he was. So all those years ago, 25 years ago now, I haven't seen that change. You still care about the future, and you've kept us on that path. I do have to tell a funny story on Randy, though. I had to think for a while to think what was some of our most memorable moments. But I do remember a national conference that we attended. And out of that national conference came a lot of funny stories, because we had not only board members, but we had administrators on that trip. We had district office personnel. It was a team building effort as well as a learning effort, one of the first national conferences we ever attended. And for those of you that know former board member, Mr. Massey, he's quite a prankster. And we were in a McDonald's, Julie, again, McDonald's, because we are very thrifty. Early one morning on a Sunday morning of the conference, having breakfast just before we started our day as a group. And we were, I think San Diego was the city. So Randy had picked up some coins from Mexico. And I know that he was trying to get a lot more for his kids. He wanted to have something novel to take back for his kids that he might not have an opportunity to get again. And so we were, we talked to people and asked them about stuff. And so he had been talking to some people saying, hey, I'll trade you some coins here if you have any Mexican coinage. I'm trying to take them back for my kids. Well, Ed's observing this. And so he starts going and telling people in the restaurant, that poor old guy over there, he's trying to get money for his kids. He needs, to help feed his family. And so all of these people start coming up to Randy in the restaurant, trying to give him money to help him buy food for his kids. And so we're just kind of standing around watching him getting more flustered and more trying to figure out why all these people are trying to help him with his kids, until he looks up and we're over there laughing at him, because we know that, yeah, he was trying to help and find something for his kids, because anyone who knows Randy knows how much his family means to him. But it wasn't because he was trying to feed his family. He was just trying to find some coins to take back to them. And the sweetest was this little old lady that came up to him and kept trying to press money into his hands, saying, no, I want you to be able to feed your kids. I want you to be able to feed your kids. And he's trying to explain to this sweet little old lady, no, I'm okay. My kids aren't even here. I'm just trying to get some coins, some Mexican coins to take home to my kids. So I'll never forget that trip. It was some of the best bonding times and showed the value of that time out of the district as much as the time in the district. But I know you won't be far away, my friend. And I just want to thank you for everything you've done, everything you've given, everything you've sacrificed, and for your vision, because it's gotten us where we are today. And to Melinda and the kids, you've been like family to me over the years. Nick still owes me $5. I'll never forget that. And sorry he's not here today, but I just want to say thank you. Thank you for everything. And on behalf of all of the kids that have been and that are and that will be, you've laid the pathway for them to be successful, for us to be successful. And I thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Burr.
All right. Nice job, everyone. Dr. Poe, we love you, man. We appreciate everything you've done. So to the family, does anybody have anything they want to say? I don't want to put you on the spot, but you know, at a minimum, we need at least one story about his frugality in the house.
There you go.
Maybe Colin wants to talk. Colin wants
There
to
you
talk.
go. Colin wants to say hi. Say hi.
Colin, my little buddy.
Yeah, actually, we just want to say, you know, I'm sure Randy talked through his whole career and how when he first walked into Boone County High School as a teacher, you know, we knew this was our community and was going to be our life here. You definitely, sweetheart, have taught us not to waste our time and energy on negative thoughts. You've taught us to be courageous and faithful, and that we can all do hard things. You showed us that we're capable, that we're worthy, that each generation should make sure that they are making the next one better and to take nothing for granted. You've touched so many lives, and you've touched, of course, our lives forever. You've touched so many lives for good, and I think you'll never know the ripple effect and all the tremendous good you have done for Boone County and the lives you've touched in all of our lives. And, you know, in the end, the important thing, you know, that we learned, like our story, this is our story, was made by just you and I.
Love you, babe. Can I say a thing, Matt?
Sure.
Well, I'm overwhelmed emotionally, so just bear with me here. I want to thank you all as a board, all the teachers out there, all the staff, everybody in Boone County. You're my family. I also want to personally thank my family. You know, I came from a generation. My dad was a custodian. My mom was a cafeteria worker. I had the privilege of working here. But what honors me also most is that two of my children are teachers, so out there, and one's a social worker, as they said, taking care of the next generation. But back to in the coupon thing there, Julie, I have been a frugal person in my life. We have to be as a teacher and a bus driver, custodian, or whoever. Because we don't make a lot of money in this profession. I've been blessed to, you know, here, I'm not going to sit there and say that, you know, that I don't make a lot of money now, but knowing in the things there that my family's carrying on that gift of giving, and that's the most important things. But I will say my one son told me, Dad, don't worry, I'm not going to be a teacher. I'm not going to be a social worker. I'm going to be he's a computer engineer. He said, so I can take care of you later in life. And that kind of thing. So, you know, my family has been always important to me. I have two families, the Boone County family and my personal family. And I just want to say, and to my two son-in-laws, I've got the two great son-in-laws that I love dearly. And I just want to say to you all, I love you. And that's it. I can't say too much more. So thank you guys for this. And I'm sorry for the others that had to be out there listen, but I do appreciate you all. And I would have loved to do this in person, but just as the students in the 2020 is different for all of us, this will be very memorable also and different too. So we're going to take the positive out of the negative, as my wife said. There's always a positive that comes out of a negative. And the positive is, like I said, we have a great district, and I just wish you all well in the future. You know, I'm going to be working in a nonprofit, as Mr. Turner said, just so that, or Mr. McIntyre, these maths get difficult to keep straight here in these last few days. But as Mr. McIntyre said, you know, we haven't stopped. We've just started. The new chapter is going to be written, and the future for Boone County is great. There's a book that I gave to the board that we had a book study on. It was called Thrive. And in Boone County, we truly thrive. And I am so grateful to have been part of it. Thank you all.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Poe. Thanks everyone for joining in. We ran a couple minutes over, but this was great. Thanks to the Poe family for jumping on. We appreciate your time. So everybody have a great closing day and a great summer. Talk to you soon.
Enjoy.
See you guys.